Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take, and Second Dinner is dropping bombs right now. There is a new game mode coming to Marvel Snap, not today, in like 2 weeks, but with that game mode, you can get 7 free new Series 4 and 5 cards. If your collection complete, you can only get 3. But if you're missing at least 4 cards, you will get 4 Series 4 and 5 cards you do not own, as well as 3 brand new cards. On freaking real, we're going to cover everything for the Sanctum Showdown new game mode coming to Marvel Snap. So what you will find here is everything we know about the mode Sanctum Showdown, which runs from 2/18 and then 2 weeks after. I believe it is about 3/4 when that shuts down. It should be shutting down with the start of the March season. This is also going to explain how you can use this mode to get up to 7 new Series 4 and 5 cards. We're also going to look at the 3 new cards that this mode comes with and give you a deck for each one. I don't know why the word one died in my throat, but you know what would really help me out? If you hit that sub button. Down at the bottom corner, you see a little YouTube button. If you press that button, all of a sudden you are subscribed. This is our first video today, but we are doing 2. We do at least 7 days a week of Marvel Snap videos. This week, we'll have at least 8. We cover Marvel Snap more thoroughly than anyone. We give you more top-notch decks from more top players than anyone. If you want the best Marvel Snap content, the most consistent Marvel Snap content, hit that sub. Liking and commenting are helpful. We're also giving away a Sam Wilson Captain America. Not on this video, though. If you want to comment on this video, it means the world to us. It really helps. But every video that's not this one, this week, every major deck video this week comes with its own copy of Sam Wilson Captain America. If you want to get that card for free, all you have to do is hit that sub button, hit that like button, and then leave a comment on basically every video this week. I ask a specific question, you answer that question in the comments, you win a Sam Wilson. Nice and simple. We do our very best to give back to the community as often as possible. All right, what we know. So this new mode has energy that works like regular Snap. You get 1 energy the first turn, 2 energy the second turn, 3 energy the fourth turn. But there are not just 6 turns. You get a point whenever you're winning a lane at the end of each turn. Cool? So you're winning a lane at the end of a turn, and all of a sudden that lane gives you a point. Sounds good? There's a special location that's called the Sanctum, hence the Sanctum title in the mode. There's a special Sanctum location that changes every turn. I believe it starts on turn 3, and the winner of that location gets 4 points. Cool? The snap starts on turn 4 and adds a point for only that turn to only the Sanctum location. So if you're sure you're going to win the Sanctum location on turn 4, you snap it, and then if you win it, you get 5 points. The first person to 16 points wins. There are at least 6, up to 7 or 8, I believe, points available each round. I would fully expect banned locations and cards. I can't imagine Galactus makes it here, or endgame abilities are here, because the end game is just whenever someone hits 16. We don't know how ties are going to be handled yet, but I'd assume just like more point wins or something like that, or maybe it's just a pure tie. I have some assumptions about what's going to be good. I think you want a bunch of low to the ground, really powerful stuff. You don't want things that would go off on like turn 5, turn 6. It's possible that Scar is really effective here, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I'd rather start with things like Thena decks, things like that specifically. I think that this is going to be the mode of, and I have to remember the name of this card. Let's work, brain. Havoc. The name of those little low to the ground Havoc decks, I think, are going to be really wild. I think a lot of those decks that can claim a lot of points early by just establishing a really dominant early board presence, using cards like Juggernaut to really control things, using cards like Stegron to really control how much and where your opponent can play. This is going to be a really cool mode. I think this mode really is going to speak to me personally as a player. I like low to the ground decks. I like when people are playing a bunch of cards instead of just dropping like Doom 2099, one card, one card. It's not my thing. So I think that this is going to be a mode that I'm personally really going to be excited for and love, and I'm very excited to give it a try. Cards like Zabu, cards like Psylocke, let's go. This seems like it's going to be so interesting and so fun. I'm hyped. We have some screenshots courtesy of the Second Dinner video. I want to credit both Snap Decisions podcast, which you should check out. It's a daily Marvel Snap podcast. They had Regis Kilbin on yesterday. If you probably know who Regis is if you're watching, if you want to check that out. There's also Braude of Marvel Snap Bugle, the Twitter Marvel Snap news source, are where these screenshots came from. So I didn't take them. I just want to give full credit where it's due. So we have this lovely, excuse me, We have this lovely screenshot of turn one, what it looks like. Someone is clearly playing Sam Wilson Captain America because the shield is already out, and then they're playing a Scream deck. Scream, Cannonball, and Enchantress are in play. No one has any points here as Mason and Superman are tied. A few turns later, Superman is kicking Mason's butt by playing this Devil Dino deck, which means it seems like early stuff will be viable, right? The Devil Dino deck is at 12 points. You can see that there's 4 points available. However, Mason's about to take them for winning that Sakar that turn, which will really turn things around, right? All of a sudden, he'll be up to 6 points, but Mason will be up to 14 points. So it'll be very, very close, very difficult to come back. So, but then you've got Enchantress to try and steal that lane the next turn and so on and so forth, right? We get the idea. We've played Marvel Snap before, and we can see that this is going quite a few turns. It's you're just going to keep getting extra energy as far as I'm aware too, which is pretty cool. And then finally, we can see Mason beating someone named JP in the mode. Mason is playing a pretty cool looking Captain America deck, running cards like Craven, along with Scream, Cannonball Silk, pulling out the victory against a what looks like Series 1 Zooish deck. So, I mean, the Series 5 deck beat the Series 1 deck, whoop de doo, Mason. But Mason ends up with 17 points, beating JP, who only ends up with 7. And looks like the game basically ends the second that he hits that 17 points. The shop is where people are really going to be interested. Outside of that, this seems like a really cool game mode. I think it's going to be fairly grindy, but you can seemingly use the resources of this mode to get up to 4 unknown Series 4 and 5 cards. That's right, 4 Series 5 cards. And I know that people are going to ask, but I'm just going to show you. You can see that the shop in the game has a 4 next to it, which means you can buy it 4 times for 2,250 spelly things. You can buy you get an unknown Series 4 or 5 card. That's wild. They've never done anything like this. Each other mode has given us 1 card at the end. Sometimes that card is good, Cassandra Nova. Sometimes that card is bad, Eitri. But they're giving us 4 brand new cards. You're probably going to have to grind for more than 1 or 2 of them, right? Get ready to grind, but this is the grinding time. So from February 18th to March 4th or whatever it is, just go. Just go. Play a ton of Marvel Snap. Play this mode. Even if you don't get infinite for the month, go, if you're catching up on card acquisition, 4 extra cards is insane. You can also get 3 new Series 4 cards for the mode. They're of varying quality. We'll review them in a little bit. There's also a whole bunch of other stuff, and again, we'll look at that on the next couple slides. More information though, you don't need to win the game to get the currency. Winning locations gives you this resource. Winning games will matter. Glenn has already noted that he didn't like how winning didn't seem to matter in Voltage. Maybe you win to play more, maybe you win for double the resources, something like that. Who knows? But I don't know. Like, great. If you could, like, maybe you're really bad or you're really struggling, right? People are playing better stuff. Okay, fine, so be it. If that's the case, all you have to do is just win locations, and you should be able to win locations, right? That's amazing. That's so great. Um, if there are refreshes, assume gold will be relevant here. I still think you should probably use that gold on the anti-venom bundle before this, but if you can hoard gold starting now, I cannot suggest that you hoard gold more often. Um, I just like gold was in Deadpool's Diner. Gold was in what was it called? High voltage. Gold will be in this mode. Gold will matter here. Make sure that you get and have gold so that you can play this mode if it is limited. Although, like, actually, voltage wasn't limited. It was just diner, right? What was it for in voltage? There was a place to use gold in voltage. I just don't remember what it was. I would assume that. Look, be safe. Save gold. Also, be ready to grind. I don't want to hear complaints when people are like, I have to play a lot to get 4 free Series 4 and 5 cards. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to have to play a lot. This is going to be a grind. I would assume that the grind is less than Deadpool's Diner, but probably more, obviously, significantly more than High Voltage. So if you're willing to do that, you've got your catch up to Marvel Snap right here. Let's look some at the shop so we can see for the most expensive thing you can buy is Series 4 and 5 unknown cards. We also see that in this shop, the other new 3 Series 4 cards are not here, so you're probably going to get them through some other progression in the mode. We've got 3 exclusive variants. We've got a cool Wong, a Doctor Strange, and a Faro Baron Mordo. Faro is one a lot of people like. We've got an exclusive border that you can buy apparently infinite times, a green glyph border. scrolls, which are some type of currency in the mode, but not the currency we use to buy things. So perhaps the one we use to play games. Fine. If you can buy an extra five for $100, that seems reasonable. These three emotes. We've got a Fenris Wolf, which is okay, but it's a doggy, so I want it. We've got a Jeff, which everyone's going to go crazy for. But my favorite is the Mr. Sinister pointing. I love it. It is going to be one of my favorite emotes, along with the new Darkhawk that's coming out this week. The Darkhawk 3 times value when it's coming. I want the Sinister. I just golded Mr. Sinister, one of my favorite Marvel villains, today. I need this now. The other things you can buy seem to just be general borders and credit stuff. I'm always happy for more ways to buy that because I'm going to grind the crap out of this mode, friends. I'm beyond hyped. Let's go. The new cards that you can win in the mode. Again, I'm assuming you can win these in the mode and they're not just bought in the shop based on what we've seen so far. We've got Uncle Ben. Finally, Uncle Ben, who's been data mined since like, I think as long as I've been playing Marvel Snap. 1-2. When this card is destroyed, replace it with Spider-Man. Seems good. You Killmonger, and all of a sudden you get a Spidey. Spidey pops out. We don't think Spidey has to even be in the deck for you to do this, where Spider-Man's just like, all right, you turned a 1-2 into a 2-4. If you're playing Killmonger, I think most of the time you're probably just going to, outside of pure destroy, you're just going to throw this in the deck because it's such high upside. I see very little reason not to. Also, Jesus Christ, they made an Uncle Ben that you kill it to make Spider-Man. That's wild. But I don't think this card is going to be great. I do think it's going to be played because, again, if you're running Killmonger and you can find space, there's very little reason not to turn Killmonger into what amounts to a 5/7, right? Sorry, a 3/7. So I think that's really good. The place I'm going to start with this list is the Scream list. Um, I just went and found a classic Scream list that ran and both Killmonger and Kingpin, and I took out Kingpin for Uncle Ben because I don't know if you know this, but Killmonger kills the Kingpin. So you get that. You're perfectly happy to when you Killmonger get that Uncle Ben because you're running Scream and Craven. You also have another Spider-Man, so like you get that extra synergy. You'll have two Spider-Men on the board, which seems like it's pretty powerful. I'm excited for this. I don't know what else to say. I think that this deck is going to be very good, and I will be playing the crap out of it. I'm going to be that nameless robber who kills Uncle Ben, unfortunately. Next up, we have Gorgon. Gorgon is a 2/3. This is ongoing. Your opponent's cards that didn't start in their deck cost one more, and I want to like this card more than I do, I think. This is going to really beat the crap out of Arisham, and it's really going to beat the crap out of the Victoria Handless. Are those worth metting against in this way? Like Killmonger already stops the Victoria Handless pretty damn good, right? Um, Arisham is already answered by Cassandra Nova and Darkhawk. If I mean, look, I'm not turning down a free card, but this one's kind of poopy. I'm much more excited for Uncle Ben. I did try and come up with a deck to run this in, and I came up with two cards that really like this. Card one is Black Widow. The Widow's Bite did not start in their hand, so it will cost one, forcing them to pay to play that damn card. Seems like it's decent. The other thing that you can do with the card is you can run Master Mold. Master Mold has been absolutely terrible. I'm now expecting a Master Mold buff, by the way, with Gorgon, because if you can play those two cards, giving them 3 cost Sentinels is so exponentially worse than giving them 2 cost Sentinels, and I think that's going to be really good. But I decided to go with the Black Widow one for the purpose of this video, and this is where I will be starting with the card. Finally, we have the completely and utterly busted, insanely strong Sanctum Showdown card, Laufey. This is the father of Loki. He is a 4/5. On reveal, steal 1 power from each other card here. He's Series 4. I didn't change his series because we get so many Series 5 cards. All of these are Series 4. 3,000 tokens once they're out of the shop. But steal 1 power from each other card here. Yes, it's going to affect your cards, which means that if you have 3 cards and the opponent has 4 cards, that is 7, right? So you've got a 4/12, except he's sucking 4 off the opponents. So he's really playing as like a 4/16. If you've got Luke Cage, though, that's where this really sings. Where like if you've got Luke and the opponent has say 3 cards there, you're getting +6 power. You're playing a 4/11. Um, that's just insane. And that's going to also synergize with the other new card this month, Diamondback. That's going to synergize with you playing cards like um the name of the card now has to come to my mind, and it's almost there. Cards like U.S. Agent, um, cards like Hazmat, cards like uh, Man Thing. That's the one I was looking for. All these cards synergize together, making your opponent suffer amazingly negative power. I think Laufey is insanely good. Um, I just grabbed this Ajax list that I think he's going to be great in. My logic here is you can go Zabu or Psylocke into Malekith, Anti-Venom, or Man-Thing. You don't want a Laufey then, but if you can get your Laufey to 3 with Zabu, now you've got a last turn of where you can like Laufey and Diamond back a lane. You can Laufey and Luke Cage. I don't even know if you need Ajax at that point. You've just got so much power. We can now afflict all 3 lanes without bothering with Hazmat. I mean, we always sort of could, but now it's even easier. One lane gets US Agent. One lane gets Man Thing. One game gets Laufey. You throw Diamond back in one of those, and each of the negative cards gets an extra -2. Ajax comes out, and he's stupidly huge. Let's go. This list is going to be awesome. If I'm confident of one thing, is that Laufey is insane, and we should play enough to get Laufey. That's it. How excited are you for this new game mode? Because I am ridiculously hyped for both the game mode and the rewards. This is where I want Marvel Snap to be. If you would like to show some love and support to the channel, please check out patreon.com/snapjudgments. Don't forget, there will be a second video today. I'm going to say thank you to these patrons very quickly because it is late and I got things to do. Thank you to Abigail Geeson, Mandatory Burnout, Regardless, David G. Wingfield, Inc., I Am Frostman, Hotan Navarrete, Thinking Poker, Primed Ryan, Ryan Burke, Ryan Wood, Characters Lee, Koire, Kazushi, Archangel 3K, Black Tie, Profos, The Goat Seeker, Hollow, Only Fox, Synth, Fat Nick, Mr. Dirty Casual, sorry, New Orders, Dirty Casual, Mr. Kerfuffle, Cables, Ginger Prime, Philip Rackman, Chaplow, Candle Houses, Danger, Rob Silverman, Black Sheep is 23, Extras, Fiends, Skippy G, Jessica Gamble, Slush Death, King of Bros, Grey Kazoo, Werewolf, Kevsoodle, Ludicrous, Clam, Colonel Forbin, Rob Silverman, M. Holland, David G. Wingfield, Steven, Brian Kaufman, Tristan H. Martin, Jason B., Craig Sterry, Matt V., who's still going to be here twice, annoying me. Ren Wrench, not you, Matt V., annoying me that the name is here twice. Corwin, John Q, Jim McHugh, Yes Stout, Eighth Sage, One Big Man. Thank you so much for coming through with those gifted One Big Man. Milkman for Reals, BG, Quid Pro Joe, Snap Decisions, Joe, Models, Monster Premium, Green Goblin, Unibot, Sub Uni, Fly 56, The Fuzz Spectrum Mix, Woot, Matt H. See, there's that extra Matt V. DJ, Mikey Hijinks, who came through with ridiculous amounts of gifted. Thank you. No Frickin' Flex, Nick Dog, Greek Geek, Zodrex, the King of Canada, Danman, Falcon, Father Newman, Jonesy, Two Ties, the Great Londoners, the Parking Tucker, and of course, Kenny T. Don't forget to check back today. Ring that fucking bell, because today I got the best day one decks for you for Sam Wilson, Captain America, and Joaquin Torres coming at Daily Reset. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later for more Snap Jake. Peace.